Hey cuties, it's been a minute since I've done a build video. I am here with a new defender. Just a little defender, just a weak, helpless defender who can't do anything. She is Tetravolt. She is a mutant who has the powers of spitting poison and electrocuting her enemies with bioelectrical charges. Poison is a set that I had not done before, so it was kind of a learning experience for me. You know, actually, before we get into anything, let's just go over how poison works. We'll do a little poison 101, because your primary debuffs work differently than they do for some other power sets that you may have played. It's kind of weird, so let's go over that. So let's say that I have 3 targets. Okay, and I target one and spit on him with weaken. That applies a negative 18.75% to hit debuff to that target, and anyone around him gets a negative 9.3% to hit debuff. Now, if I switch targets and I spit on the new guy, he gets the negative 18.75% to hit debuff added to his existing 9.3, and my original target gets the negative 9.3% added to his original 18.75. The other enemy here that I did not target doesn't have anything added because he already has the secondary debuff, and he was not the target, so he doesn't get the primary debuff. Does that make sense? I hope so. It's convoluted, and I'm not a fan, but it is what it is. All right, let's get into it, shall we? So, poison is kind of an odd set. It's, I think, primarily a debuff focus set, and I have opted to not take stuff like the single target heal, the single target buff. I did take the res, although that was mainly to get a set bonus that I wanted. But right off the bat, your first cornerstone debuff is Envenom. This is your resistance, defense, regeneration, and heal debuff. And then that is getting 6 piece of shield breaker. Then your second cornerstone is weaken. This is your damage to hit and special debuff. And special is interesting. It means that the enemies that get hit with it, their defense buffs, their heals, their endurance drains, their mez, stuff like disorient, hold, immobilize, all those things are weakened when you hit them with that. And weaken is just getting 4 piece of the cloud senses. Elixir of life, I just took this to get a 4 piece set of unbreakable guard, and that is for the 3.13% melee defense. Poison trap, this is kind of an odd power. It does a bunch of things. It does like an endurance drain, recovery debuff, it does a little bit of damage, it does a hold. It does all those things, but it doesn't do any of them very well. But what it does mean is that it can take some different procs. You can get damage procs from point blank AoE sets, and you can get the procs from the hold sets, and that's what I've done here. I've got 1 Haminin endoplasm for accuracy and mez. I have superior avalanche, chance for knockdown. I have unbreakable constraint from the very rare hold set, chance for smashing damage. Armageddon, chance for fire damage. Lockdown, chance for a +2 magnitude hold. and Fury of the Gladiator, chance for resistance debuff. Venomous Gas is your third cornerstone debuff, but unlike the first two, this one is actually a point-blank AoE aura. It's a toggle, and this is applying a resistance debuff, damage debuff, defense debuff, and a 2-hit debuff, and that stacks with your other two. So the way that you tend to play poison is to be up in the fight, to be within melee range and in the middle of everything. And this is just getting 4 of the Dark Watcher's Despair. On the Electrical Blast side, I have 4 Apocalypse, including the chance for negative energy damage, and then Entropic Chaos, chance for heal self. This is just something that I'm trying because I don't have many ways to replenish my health, and so I thought that maybe throwing some of these chance to heals in some of my powers might help. Ball Lightning is getting 6 of the artillery. Short Circuit is getting 5 of the superior avalanche, and then 1 power transfer, chance to heal self. Charge Up, this is your aim. This is getting the Gaussian's synchronized fire control, chance for build-up. Zap is getting the superior defender's bastion, and the proc in this is the chance for a minor point-blank AoE heal. So between Zap and Short Circuit and Lightning Blast, I've got a handful of procs that can potentially heal a little bit of damage. Voltaic Sentinel, I'm on the fence for this power still. It's a pet, but it's a toggle, which is kind of odd. It just follows you around and zaps targets with a single target attack. The problem is, because the Voltaic Sentinel, being a pet, allows me to take the Expedient Reinforcement set, which has some nice defense bonuses, and I'm not sure what I would replace that with. I would, ideally, like to have something like Combat Teleport. I think in the end I just preferred to be able to have this set. The main issue that I have with Voltaic Sentinel, aside from it being a toggle, is that it tends to attack things before I am ready to go. It will frequently get me into trouble. And then Thunderous Blast, this is a ranged nuke, which is nice. And this is getting 6 of the superior Vigilant Assault. Health and Stamina, standard issue. I am taking Hasten. The Combat Jumping has 2 Luck of the Gamblers, and then the Shield Wall unique, and then the Kismet unique. Super Jump is getting Blessing of the Zephyr, knockback protection. Tough is getting another 4-piece of Unbreakable Guard, plus the Gladiator's Armor unique and the Steadfast Protection unique. Weave is getting 2 Luck of the Gamblers. Maneuvers, 2 Luck of the Gamblers. Then I am taking Tactics and Assault. And then for my final pool, I'm taking Power Buildup. And this is for a few reasons. First of all, it does enhance some of my debuffs, not all of them. But more importantly, it amps up my endurance drain against targets. So when I use Thunderous Blast and Short Circuit, and really all of my electrical powers, but those 2 in particular, I can completely drain enemies of their endurance, and at least for a little while, they can't attack because they have no endurance. And then, significantly, for the 15 seconds that power buildup is up, I have a bonus to all of my defense powers, and so for 15 seconds, I get a defense buff. And then Temporary Invulnerability is getting another 4-piece of the Unbreakable Guard. And then finally Total Focus is getting 5 Hecatomb, including the damage proc. For Incarnates, I'm a little on the fence. I was running the melee hybrid. Right now I'm running support, and I haven't really decided which one I would rather use, but because support is kind of like running another set of leadership toggles, I have just opted to take that. And I think that I would rather be running support on a team than the melee hybrid. So we're just gonna run support. For my alpha, I'm doing cardiac. For my interface, I'm doing diamagnetic. Judgment, I'm doing void. Destiny, I'm doing clarion for the status protection. And then lore, I'm doing robotic drones. Just because everyone does banished pantheon and longbow, and I've just decided to try something that I don't ever see. I don't love how this group is split up. I think I'm just gonna have to focus on one side and the other. I have found that sometimes leading with my power boosted Thunderous Blast can be a better strategy than trying to debuff first. Because immediately draining everyone's endurance can stop a lot of that incoming alpha damage and give me a chance to do my other stuff. One change that I like that was made to Electric Blast is this shocked effect. And basically what happens is that as you drain an enemy's endurance, you gain a chance to do extra damage. And so when you see shocked appearing, that is that extra damage happening. It does seem like they sped up the animation of total focus. I seem to remember it taking a lot longer. I'm gonna use some inspirations to free up some slots for something better. My Incarnate's back up. Oh, this is another messy group. Got guys all over the place. It's gonna pull him and see who comes.
That's what she said!
So between, you know, the defense that I'm getting from my powers and my bonuses, combined with like the 2 hit debuffs, combined with the hold that I can get from Poison Trap, combined with the endurance drain, she does have, oh, purple recipe. Coercive persuasion, I'll take it. She does have quite a bit of damage mitigation. You know, even though I'm not like soft capped on defense or anything. Yeah, like her damage resistance, like she's capped on smashing and lethal. Not much for the other stuff, but she's also doing quite a bit of damage debuff, so she's fairly survivable despite having no real way of healing herself. When I was testing this character in both Defender and Corruptor forms, and the Corruptor really only has a benefit when it comes down to, you know, finishing off those bosses. They do take longer for the Defender because of, I think, primarily Scourge and the higher range damage modifier that Corruptors get. But outside of the bosses, the other enemies die at the same rate. Oh, I think I lost my Clarion. Get that back up. I think if I had one wish, like if I could just snap my fingers and make one change to poison, it would be to give the visual effects a much stronger appearance. The one thing that I really don't like about poison is that when you debuff enemies, you really cannot tell who has been hit and who has been missed, who has been debuffed and who is not. The debuff effect is virtually invisible, especially in the heat of combat, like when you're running around and switching targets and stuff, like you just cannot see. And that's not a problem that like radiation emission has. With radiation, like, you know that everyone within that glowing cloud is debuffed. It doesn't require a 2-hit check. Everyone within that cloud is debuffed. But because with poison, you've got that 2-hit check, every time you use the power in a group, like, you're gonna miss some people, and you're not necessarily gonna be able to know who you missed. Ideally, you know, I would like to see something like a green cloud over their head, you know, when they've been hit by Envenom, then maybe Weaken has something else, you know, so that at a glance you can notice that, oh, that boss there hasn't been debuffed. That is frequently the main reason that I die, is because I just have not noticed that one of the targets hasn't had any debuffs applied. Maybe they got missed, maybe they weren't within the radius of the power. Yeah, it's just... I feel like a change like that really doesn't affect the power of the set, you know? It's not like a balancing issue. It's just like a user experience issue. What do we got back here? Oh, that's a nice group. Yeah, see, like right there, I know that my debuffs missed a couple people, but I have no idea who. I would never be able to tell. Seems like a lot of people kind of dunk on the efficacy of endurance drain, but hopefully you've noticed by now that I don't have a hard time keeping enemies drained, and when they're drained, you know, they're not attacking, period. Maybe I'm like a fast-moving group that is not super helpful, but for me, like, that's helping to save my butt. Like this werewolf here. Once his endurance is gone, he can't do anything. He may as well be held. he could run away, I guess, but as far as being a threat, all he can do is just stand there and be a little submissive bottom. I think I'm just gonna jump in there and drain everyone, then do my debuffs. Alright. There you have it. Poison electric defender. Would do a lot worse. If you made it all the way to the very end, I thank you so much. You are wonderful. And I will see you soon.
Don't let her lick the microphone.
I'll have you know, my audience, they're into some weird stuff, to put it politely. This, a cat licking a microphone, this is value added.
Oh, okay.